So we've all heard of shadow work, right? But nobody ever talks about light work. Because there are two types of beings in existence. One is never talked about. There are light polarity beings, which is the vast majority of starseeds and light workers that are light based, meaning they are naturally joyful, whimsical, and floaty by nature. But the ones that aren't talked about and are kind of looked down upon and demonized are shadow polarity beings. These are the beings that are naturally cunning, mischievous, calculated, and more like of that adult energy, right? Whereas the light would be more of like a child energy. And so I'm a light polarity being, so I'm naturally light and floaty, and I realize that shadow work is literally me having to own my shadow, to explore my power, to explore those shadow polarity being traits within myself. But a shadow polarity being has to do the opposite. They have to learn how to start integrating the light. So if you guys haven't heard the myth of Wukong, I highly suggest watching YouTube videos on it. There's this new YouTube series about Wukong that just dropped on YouTube. If you type in Wukong, it'll probably come up. Really recommend watching it. That'll help all of this make more sense. Wukong was basically like a shadow polarity being, right? He was naturally mischievous, cunning, wanted power, and he ended up obtaining infinite power, and he ended up basically becoming the strongest person ever. And his journey is basically learning how to choose the light, even though he has all that power, and integrating his light. Now, there are many beings that are shadow polarity beings. You could be one if you're watching this video, and there's no judgment. You know, it's not bad, it's not evil. The real bad is false light. False light is when, say, a light polarity being like myself refuses to integrate my shadow. I kind of invite false light by being susceptible to false light. And say a shadow polarity being refuses to try to integrate their light, they end up just becoming villains and like taking advantage of the light polarity beings that aren't integrating their shadow. And so really, fragmentation itself and refusing to integrate is the real war, because that is what creates all false light. And so that's why, for example, like I would be like Naruto, and Sasuke would be someone else I know. He would be like, Sasuke would be like a shadow polarity being, I would be like a light. But we both work towards the same thing, even though we're opposites and we represent two sides of existence. We both work towards integration. He works on stepping into his light, I work on stepping into my dark. And so that is real universe balance, if that makes sense. Like, that is real good, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, you could be a shadow polarity being. Not all beings are. You probably most likely know most shadow polarity beings may be cheating in the Matrix. These are the people that are shadow polarity beings are already more than likely actually secretly aware that they're a shadow polarity being, and they may even be secretly astrally aware. These are like what a lot of conspiracy theories are about how like people are secretly aware spiritually, like they're secretly a witch or warlock behind closed doors, they act like a normal person. These are the people that you're getting your tarot readings about, basically. And some of you maybe watching this grinning behind your screen. And I hope that you'll consider some of the things I said in this and learn from it. But for those of you that don't know which one you are, like, there are shadow polarity beings that incarnate fair and square. There are that completely amnesia. They incarnate without losing their memories. They don't have any secret DNA activation cheat codes enabled that turn on when they're like 12 or something and make them suddenly aware astrally. And if you are, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm just here to say that there's no judgment. If you're a shadow polarity being, own that. Your task is to integrate your light, to sit with the side of yourself that is whimsical and joyful. My job is to sit with my shadow, with my prankster self, my mischievous self, my leader, my kingly self, my jungle boy, Peter Pan type side of myself. That's literally my light polarity side. Like, that's literally who I am. But yeah, so I hope this helps. Much love, guys. Peace out.